Pag mga naka 20, siguro 20 na, no? Let's start na kahit wala pa yung iba. Let's just make sure that this one is recorded. Can you hear me?
Yes po.
Okay, thank you. Si Princess Ann Carpio, ACE ka talaga, Princess, or Aero ka dati?
ECE po, ma'am.
ECE talaga. Baka kamukha mo lang yung Aero siguro. Okay, basta nag 20 students na, we'll start na. I'm sorry, talagang I'm really in a hurry. May gagawin kasi kami nung class ko ng 1:30, okay? Okay, wait. I'll start recording para yung mga dadating ng late, they will be able to listen. Okay, please be reminded that your quiz 3 will be on Wednesday, na? And then quiz 4 will be on Friday. Pero Friday, hindi na ako sa inyo, no? So up to Wednesday lang tayo. But I will be the one to give quiz 3 and quiz 4. And then Monday kasi is parang wala yatang klase, ano? Yeah, it's confirmed already, ano? Kayo yata yung nagbanggit last time na walang klase ng Monday. Na? So yes, there's no class on Monday. But you'll have your quiz on Wednesday. The quiz on Wednesday is about clippers, clampers, and the special purpose diode. Ano? Maybe what I can do is I can give you more examples on that so that you will be ready for Wednesday. Medyo hintay-hintay nyo na lang, ano, nasa, I will just upload it to Google Drive, okay? For your reviewer for the quiz on Wednesday. And then Friday, ganun din, ano, siguro what I'm going to do naman for the quiz on Friday, assignment na lang, more on DC biasing, okay? And I still have to do some recordings also para before I leave, ano, I will be able to finish the BJT DC analysis, okay? The AC analysis will be for finals, and Ma'am Adele will be doing that, okay? So we will proceed with the how do you call this? With the lesson. Wait lang. Okay, and also, ano, do not forget to chat good afternoon, ano, for your attendance. Okay. Okay. So can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Kita po.
Opo.
po.
Okay, sige, salamat. Okay, hold on. So I really need to explain this voltage divider bias, but the rest of the bias, you can, ito lang tayo today, ano? Now, for the rest of the bias, the emitter bias, very easy lang, ano? and then the collector bias, yan lang, ano, and then that's the end, ano. You will be the one to study that, ano, these formulas. And then what I'm going to do is, I am going to give assignment during the weekend, no? Now, ang magiging deadline na lang noon, Friday na lang siguro, or Thursday night na lang ang deadline, ano? Para you will have more time to study for your quiz 3. Now, eto lang kasi I need to discuss the voltage divider bias kasi you might be confused, ano, on how the formulas were formulated. Okay? Now, here, na, you have this set of formulas for the voltage divider bias. Ano? Let's have this first. The advantage of your voltage divider bias, by the way, if you are going to compare it with the emitter stabilized, ano, the emitter stabilized has an RE, ito lang, ano, this one naman, it has this one, ano, the R1, okay? So you have to recognize, ano, the circuits, ano, kasi during the test, you might be given just a drawing, and then you will be asked to recognize, you will be asked to give the advantages, the disadvantages, and application, ano? So those are possible questions also during the quiz and during the midterm exam, which I am going to prepare also for you, ano, kahit hindi nyo na ako teacher, ano. So this is primarily used to bias linear amplifier, ano, and this is a very famous biasing technique, ano, the voltage divider bias. Now, there are some terms here, like for example, the VTH and the RTH, which you cannot see from the drawing, ano. So this is the one that I will be explaining, ano, to you, ano, kasi for beginners like you, ano, then yung Thevenin, I'm not sure if you have encountered that, ano, the Thevenin equivalent circuit on your Physics 2 or on your circuit analysis right now, ano. So we'll just have it here, na. Now, hold on. We will be deriving these formulas, ano. So what you're going to do is this, ano. For the first two, this is obviously, this has something to do with the output side, ano. So what I'm going to do is I am going to redraw, ano, the output side. Hold on. Oops, sorry. Can you please take a look if this is being recorded? Kasi yung last time hinanap ko nun, kita nyo ba if kung naka-record siya?
Yes po.
Yes, okay. Naka-record naman. Kasi yung two meetings ago, I'm sure in-record ko siya, pero I cannot find the recording afterwards, ano, when I was discussing when I discussed the collector characteristic, ano. So titingnan nyo na lang kung talagang naka-record, ano. So what I'm going to do here is I will just isolate the output part, ano. So what I'm drawing here is the output. So this will be your RC. This is your RE, ano? And then your VCC is here, ano? So lagi kong ginaganyan, ano, para you can easily understand. Now, pag sanay na kayo, you do not need to redraw the VCC that way, ano? Ang punto ko lang dito is you have to realize that the plus here is connected to the collector as seen, ano, on the given, ano? And then the negative end, hindi siya nakalutang, it should be terminated, ano, it should be connected to the ground. Ganyan yung mga nagiging problema, yung mga nagko-construct ng circuit na, yung mga projects, ano, they cannot measure anything simply because nakalutang, ano, hindi kumpleto yung circuit. Everything must be terminated to ground the endpoints, okay? So, you are going to, again, ano, do the loop equation. And by the way, before that, you have to place the polarity of the voltages across. So the polarity of the voltage across RC, that is plus minus, na ito naman plus minus. Ano? Kanya lang, I am not going to place anything here anymore kasi I'm only drawing the output side. Ano? This is just the output side. So I'm going to make now the loop current, ano? So that is the loop that I'm going to follow. So it will be negative. So you will have here negative VCC plus ICRC. So kung nakita nyo, ano, ulit-ulit lang naman. And then you have here a plus VCE. Here, plus minus VCE. And then you have here the IE. Okay, IE ito. Yung dito is IC. Okay? So, plus IERE, no? Equal to 0. Okay? So, therefore, when you write your VCE, it will be VCE equal to VCC minus ICRC minus IERE. Okay, this one is IE. Okay, so, but then IC, ano, is approximately, but IC is approximately equal to IE, no, or your IE is approximately equal to IC, ano? So we can simply replace the IE by IC. So your VCE now will be equal to VCC minus IC times na RC plus RE. Kasi we are going to replace na the IE here by IC. So the common factor now will be the IC. So you will have this, no? VCC minus IC times RC plus RE, no? So you set your VCE to 0. When you set your VCE to 0, you will have your IC sat on the formula on the left side, ano? So the IC sat now will be equal to VCE or VCC divided by RC plus RE. That is how you're going to get the IC sat and the VCE off, ano? You set the VCE to 0, parang you are getting the y-intercept, ano? So you set your VCE to 0, so you will have your IC sat that is equal to VCC plus VCC divided by RC plus RE, no? So it's similar to getting the y-intercept, ano? Kasi this is a line, no? So this time naman, when you set your IC naman to 0, what you are getting naman is the x-intercept, ano? So what you're getting now will be the VCE off naman. Bakit off? Kasi dun sa bandang ibaba, that's the cut-off, ano? Tapos sa bandang kaliwa, dito sa IC sat, ano? That is the saturation part, ano? So VCE off is equal to VCC. So that is where you get the formulas here, ano? Okay? Okay, so that is the output side. Naintindihan? Yes? Okay. So anyway, so we are done with this one. So I'm going to erase everything so that we can go to this part, the Q point operation, na? So I am going to draw now the input side. Class, nandyan ba kayo?
Opo, ma'am.
Okay, kasi baka naman nagre-record lang tayo tapos wala naman pala kayo, nagla-lunch na kayo. Okay? So you are going to draw naman the input side. Now, for the input side, you have here, your R1 is connected to VCC. When you look at the circuit, that circuit is a divider bias circuit. Na? You only have one bias, that is the VCC. When you draw the input side, so that will be composed of the R1, the R2, and the RE only. So when I draw that, I can draw it this way, ano? R1 parallel with R2, ano? Okay, R1, and this is R2, and your R1 is connected to positive of VCC, right? So I'll draw it this way because I'm going to draw only the input side. So this is the VCC. This is your R2. Okay, can you visualize? So hindi ba dito connected siya sa transistor? Something like that. And this is your RE, which we do not need at this point kasi this one is only the input side, no? So what we're going to get here is the Thevenin equivalent voltage, no? Thevenin equivalent voltage that is symbolized as VTH. You have the formula, the first formula, the VTH. Now, where is it seen, no? The Thevenin equivalent voltage? The Thevenin equivalent voltage is taken from the base up to ground, no? So that is your VTH. So that means if that is your VTH, that will also be equal to V base. Why? Because VB is measured from base to ground also. So, dyan yung sinasabi niya dito na VTH equal to VB. Kasi the VTH or the Thevenin equivalent voltage is seen from the base to ground. Now, when you are going to apply, how do you call this? I forgot the term. Anyway, when you're going to compute for the VTH, ano? So, VTH now, a voltage divider, okay. When you apply the voltage divider principle, ano, you can compute for the VTH. Na? So, you know voltage divider. So, VTH is equal to, what is that resistance associated with VTH? So, looking only at the input side, ano, so that will be equal to R2 all over by R1 plus R2 times VCC. Na? So, this technique is voltage ano sabi ko? Lagi ko nalilimutan yun. Voltage division, ano, voltage divider, ano? So, ito mismo is a voltage divider circuit. So, we can apply that technique, ano, in computing for the VTH. So, VTH is equal to R2 all over by R1 plus R2 times VCC. So, dyan nanggagaling itong formula na yan. No? And remember that the Thevenin equivalent voltage is equal to the base voltage. Now, how can you get naman the Thevenin equivalent resistance? You can get it by shorting temporarily the VCC so that you will just have this one. Okay? So, di ba ito, this is your VTH, ano? So, temporarily shorting the source voltage, VCC, so you will be able to get the Thevenin equivalent resistance. So looking at this, ano, RTH is equal to, obviously, R1 is parallel with R2. So that is how you were able to get this one. Okay? Now, what you're going to do now, can I erase this na? So that we will have space. Can I erase? Yes? Okay. Now, what we're going to do now is we are going to replace this input side by the Thevenin equivalent. Ano? Tandaan ninyo how we computed the VTH and then the RTH. The VTH is seen from base to ground, so you computed it this way. The Thevenin resistance, what you do is you temporarily short the supply voltage, and you will see that the Thevenin equivalent resistance is R1 parallel with R2. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to replace, sige, wag na nga lang para baka malito kayo. We are going to replace na the circuit with the Thevenin equivalent, circuit. So something like this. You are going to draw now your RTH here, the one that you computed. Dito, hindi na siya VCC. This will be the input side na, no? This will be the Thevenin equivalent voltage. Okay? And then, you draw na your circuit, ano? Yung circuit na, no? So, ibig sabihin, wala ka nang makikita dapat na R1 and R2. Ano? What you will see now is the Thevenin equivalent resistance and the Thevenin equivalent voltage, ano? So this one will be your RE. So dito, your RC, this is your VCC, this is the RC. Okay? So this now is the Thevenin equivalent circuit of what? Of the voltage divider circuit, yung buo. Okay? So, the Thevenin equivalent circuit of your voltage divider bias circuit is this one. Ano? So, I'm going to erase. We do not have space. Ano? Hold on. So I am going to redraw the Thevenin equivalent circuit here. So you have here your RTH. Now, wala ka na dapat makikita na R1 and R2, okay? So what you will see now is your Thevenin equivalent circuit composed of the RTH and the VTH here on the input side. Okay? And then you bring back your RE, and you have now your RC here. Okay, so this is your VCC. Now, you place now the polarity of the voltages across the RTH and across the RE. The current flowing through here is your IE. And then you have here a plus, minus, VBE. Okay? And then you do now your loop equation so that you will be able to find your IEQ. Ito, this one. Which is approximately equal to ICQ. So we will just follow the direction of the current, and that will be our loop current. So that will be our loop current. So again, you will have negative VTH plus IB RTH plus VBE plus IE RE equal to 0. Okay? So, we want to compute here for IE, ano? Computing for IE. So that we can have the IEQ, which is approximately equal to ICQ, ano? So, computing for IE. So, you can actually replace, ano? Diba you know that IE is equal to IB plus IC, right? And you know that IC is equal to beta IB, right? So we simply replace the IB by this. So here you will have here IB equal to 1 plus beta or beta plus 1. Okay? So that will be your IE. So ibig sabihin, your IB is equal to IE all over by beta plus 1 or 1 plus beta. Substitute this, substitute IB on the equation above. So we will have negative VTH plus IE all over by beta plus 1 na, or 1 plus beta, the same, RTH plus VBE plus IE RE equal to 0. Okay? So, pag samasamahin natin yung lahat ng may IE kasi we want to compute for IE na. So, your IE, that will be, common factor is IE, so that will be, you will have your RTH all over by beta plus 1 plus RE. That will be equal to VTH minus VBE. So when you compute for IE, now you take a look, beta is a large number. So like for example, 200, 100, 300, ano? So when you add 1 to beta, halos walang magiging effect yung plus 1 na yon. Okay? So you can neglect, ano? You can drop the plus 1 on beta plus 1 because beta is very large. Okay? So therefore, your IE now will be equal to VTH minus VBE all over by RTH all over by beta plus RE. So that is where you get this formula. Okay? So IE, which is approximately equal to ICQ, that is equal to VTH minus VBE all over by RTH over beta plus RE. Okay? So your VCEQ now, galing lang yun dun sa nauna nating ginawa kanina, ano, dun sa output side. Looking at this, ano, looking at the output side. So when you do your loop equation here, you will be able to write your VCEQ. Okay? Yung VCC minus IC plus RE. Okay? So, galing lang yon dun sa nauna nating ginawa kanina. No? We were able to do this a while ago already, so I will not repeat it anymore. Now, there is an approximation here. Ang sabi dito, you can only use this approximation if the product of beta and RE is very, very much greater than. It's not just greater than. It's very much greater than 10 times R2. Okay? You can only use this formula. Here, you do not need to compute for the RTH. You do not need to write this. Ano? You do not need to compute for the VTH. Although, of course, the VTH is actually equal to VB. Ano? So, in effect, kino-compute mo pa rin yung VTH, but you are referring to it as VB. Okay? Now, you do not need to compute for the RTH. You can only use this formula, itong tatlong ito, when beta RE is very much greater than 10 times R2. Now, you have to be very familiar on the derivation of the formula because the names of this may be changed, like, for example, RA and RB. Or maybe this will be made R2 and this will be made R1. In that case, hindi pwede itong formula ninyo if you do not know how to derive. Okay? Lalo na kung ginawa ito na RA, RB, RC, and RE. Okay? So, be very careful. Tingnan nyo mabuti and how we did the analysis. Now, you have an example here. By the way, this is your formula for your IEQ a while ago. Dito naman, you can use this approximation when RE is very much greater than, kapag ka daw ito ay masyadong malaki kumpara dito. That is the only time, syempre naman, RE plus a very small number, wala siyang halos epekto sa RE. So, kaya this is being dropped. Okay? So, if I were you, just use this formula and everything will be fine. So, hindi mo na kailangan mag-approximate na ganito. May tatandaan ka pa. But then, anyway, this one is easy to remember. Okay? Ito lang, baka makaligtaan ninyo. Beta RE must be very much greater than 10R2 before you can use these three formulas. Okay? Like for the example that is given, you do not have the solution, the answers on the PowerPoint. Ito na lang, I just wrote the answers. Anyway, direct substitution lang naman sa mga formula that we had a while ago. You just have to confirm, you just have to verify. You just have to verify these values, Parang practice nyo na rin, Dito sabi, compare the Q point values. Use beta of 100. Ang una daw, when you use the approximation. Sa pangalawa, when you use the Thevenin. Sa letter A, when you use this approximation. Sa pangalawa, when you use the Thevenin equivalent. Which is, of course, this one is the exact. This one is only an approximation. This is the exact solution. And you will realize that the beta RE 100 times 500, can you please get this one? (56 kilo ohms, right? So, kung mapapansin mo, the beta RE is 56K kasi 100 times 560, 56K. The 10R2 is also 56K. So in short, you cannot use the approximate formula. Tapos doon naman sa Thevenin equivalent circuit, this one is the exact solution. If you are going to compare the IEQ and the ICQ, this one is the ICQ, this one is for the approximation. Kung makikita mo, ang layo nila. Also for the VCEQ. The values are very far from each other. So, what is the point of this example? The point of this example is that you cannot use the approximation, you cannot use letter A solution to solve for this particular problem because the beta RE is not greater than 10R2. Okay? Do you understand that? Now, you have the other biasing. There are two biasing techniques now. You can derive, ano, you are ready to derive these formulas. Dalawa lang yon, ano? Nakita nyo naman how to write the formulas, ano? I leave that to you. Instead, ano, I will be giving examples. I will be giving assignment, sorry. On those two, plus the voltage divider bias. Okay? And the other bias, we have 5 ano, biasing techniques. Ano? So, probably I will be giving 5 ano, numbers for the assignment. Anyway, wala naman kayong pasok ng Monday. Ano? Pag-aralan nyo yon, ano? Pag napag-aralan nyo yon, then you will be ready for the quiz on Friday for the BJT. Now, your quiz on Wednesday will be about clippers, clampers, multiplier, and then the special purpose diode. Okay? Now, there are only 28 who came. If you know kung bakit absent yung iba, you can please include it on the chat. Those who haven't chatted yet, ano, whatever greeting, ano, for the purpose of attendance, please do before we end the meeting. Now, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask. Magtanong na kayo ngayon if you have some questions. Do you have any question with the discussion that we had a while ago?
Question po, ma'am. Meron po bang PNP na sinusolve dito sa mga...
Yes, may PNP rin. Same rin. Ano? Okay. Well, recording. No? I think recording will be good. Na? Kung mapapansin nyo, dun sa, did you download the Boylestad or the Floyd? Did you try to download?
Opo.
Okay. And you saw that all of the problems there are MPN, right?
Opo.
Yeah. Because the solution for the PNP is also the same. Okay? It's just that medyo magbabago yung naming. Ano? Sige, what I'm going to do is I'll give maybe written example on that one. I'll give one example for the PNP para makita nyo lang na parehas lang yung MPN at saka MPNP. Kaya usually hindi dinidiscuss sa libro yung dalawa kasi nalilito yung nag-aaral pag pinapasukan ng PNP. Ano? Pero in reality, parehas lang. All the formulas are the same. So I'll just give example on that one, PNP. And then, pag may question, pwede namang PM eh. Ano? In fact, kahit weekend, pwede kayong magtanong. Okay, some of you do that. Ano? Kahit weekend, kahit hapon na, kahit gabi na, nagtatanong pa rin. Ano? So do not hesitate. Okay? So I'll just list that down, PNP.
Thank you po, ma'am.
Yeah. What else? So you will have assignment na agad for that. Ano, wala nang exam pa. Assignment, and then para you are guided if you are getting the correct answer. Our focus here is to learn. Ano, what I'm going to do is I'm going to include also the answer, ano, sa assignment para answer lang, numbers lang, ano. Tapos you do the calculation, ano. So hindi naman nakafocus kayo na tumama lang yung sagot na baka mali ang solution, tama sagot, hindi ganon, okay? So, parang kulang na rin kasi yung oras ng ano natin ng meeting, ano? So, assignment with answers. Tapos, you have to do the solution. Okay? Okay na yon. And then, I will include also a PNP on the assignment para masanay kayo. Kahit isang PNP lang. Okay, what else? Any other question? Wala? Wala na? Okay, I have to leave. We have to end now the meeting. Okay, what you're going to, wala pang assignment na naka-upload, hindi ko pa nagawa yon, I'll do that tonight after my last class, Tapos pwede niyong sagutan anytime we like. Anyway, the deadline for the assignment will be on Thursday night. Okay? Just before your quiz on Friday for the BJT. So, dalawang quiz yon, ha? 2 quizzes, Wednesday and Friday. Okay? Okay?
Okay po.
Okay, God bless.
Thank you po.
Okay, walang question sa voltage divider bias, ha? Wala. Walang kamay. Okay, thank you. God bless. Bye. Sige, you can leave.